Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to the episode of my F1 2019 Ferrari Manager Career Mode here for episode number 15 today at the Brazilian Grand Prix, the penultimate round of the season. If you guys did miss the previous one, that was a pretty big episode for us because, spoiler alert, in that episode, we clinched the Drivers' World Championship with Sebastian Vettel. We don't get the trophy until the end of the season, but mathematically, Hamilton can no longer win it. So we've got Vettel, he's now a 5-time world champion in this little universe we've got of ours in this career mode, but we still need to do the job in the constructors. The gap you can see there from Mercedes to Ferrari is 37 points. You just never know what could happen. A Belgium Grand Prix episode could happen at any point here. We've got 2 races left. Brakes could fail. We could get the strategy wrong. There's still plenty of things to go by. You guys know from previous Motorsport Manager career modes, I'm not the best player at this game. I could easily make a mistake. Let's not bottle this, but we've got 9 wins to 5, but Mercedes have been so consistent that they're only 37 points off there. So we still got to do the job, basically. But we go through the mail. I'm feeling confident, though. The car is in a really good place. We haven't made upgrades for about 3 episodes now, and the cars still remain first place. I feel like that's probably also because Mercedes are also saving money. The AI always do have a decent amount of money for their next year's car, so it was probably the right time for us as well to save money for next season there. But, you know, the car stayed very competitive, and Vettel, well, he's just been on such fine form. Like, you know, the wins, obviously, 5 in a row, boosted him so much. Yeah, we had a little blip at Belgium. He came back, though. He's got a few wins in a row now again, and obviously, as I stated before, I think literally the first time last episode, the way the mod works with the potential of the drivers and the way they grow is it's all based off what they actually do in the races. So the fact that Vettel's been winning so many times since he started, basically in episode 4 was it of this season, means that he's just kept at that elevated level, and he's got that perk of when he's in first place, it just switches on for him. He just becomes 2013 himself and is able to control it. Your driver, Vettel, won the title. Congratulations. Any comments for us about the winning driver? I'm just going to say he's done brilliantly. He deserves every last drop of champagne. Obviously, his morale's already sky high at 100%, so can't get any better than that. But yeah, confirmation there by the game that, you know, he's obviously technically won it. We just don't get given the trophy till the end of the season like it is in real life. But we go through then this race. We've got one burnt out guy, so we're going to have to try and fire him, unfortunately, and replace him with someone else. But he's got a fixing level 17, actually. But I'd rather swap in this dude because I want to kind of keep him around because he's got level 16 on the tyres. We've got to swap out this guy with 1.6. 0.6 is not too bad there. That's decent. 0.27. Oh, that's all right. We can probably keep all these guys right now. In terms of new hires, is there anyone of worth? Doesn't look like it. None of these guys are really that amazing, so going to go ahead and reject all of them, really, because none of them really get to the kind of 16 or 17 billing we're looking for there. And so with that, we will move through. I don't think there's a political vote coming up. There is a sponsor. For the first time this season, we actually have to sign a new sponsor there, so that's something we'll do here. So what actually ran out? I don't know what was in slot 6, but whatever that sponsor was has run out. We've got a sponsor appeal of only 4 stars, because Leclerc is the thing that really lets us down there. We've got 98% with Vettel, 95 for being Ferrari, of course, and then Leclerc, though, 76, brings down the tally a little bit, so that's a bit of a shame. So if we are to bring in a new driver next season, hopefully they do have a better sponsor appeal, and so that we can get that 5-star sponsorship. But slot 6, then we've got M&M Worlds, Gas Monkey, and Maggie. Two M&M Worlds, though, is a 5-star one, actually, so that's pretty decent. But for the first time now, where we've not had a single sponsor this season that's had a target position like this. They've all been just, you know, deal lengths. You get upfront payment or fixed payment per race, no matter where we finish. Obviously, being Ferrari, we should be able to comfortably finish ahead of 12th and 17th place. But in terms of money per race, then we spread this out. Bring out the calculator on my phone. I haven't done this in a long while. I actually haven't do some calculations on my phone about how this spreads out. So over 13 races, if we do 3600 divided by 13 races, so that's 256k per race then. So that's a lot less than both these deals, and like I said, we can comfortably get 17th or above, or 12th or above, but this one, there's a reason why that's 5-star probably, because that's such an easy target to get, and that's a decent amount of money we're getting per race there, so gonna go for that. It's not too long of a deal, 11 races, which means we'll get to refresh this in the middle of next season, so we'll go for that. It's a bit of an odd sponsor on a Ferrari car. I don't know exactly where that's actually gonna go on the car. It literally went nowhere. I can't even see it on the actual 3D model. It's that small of a sponsor, slot 6. It hasn't even gone on the car anywhere. Good job. Anyway, so that's fine. Ferrari now sponsored by M&M Wells. But we got a decent amount of money there. So that's 3.6 per race. And then I think that's on... I think then the bonus adds on top of that. Or that might be with the included bonus. But either way, got a new sponsor done for the first time in the series. That's pretty decent. But I was about to say, we've got no political votes coming up. So literally we can move on straight into picking our tyres then ahead of practice. Right, I've got a 35% chance of rain here for Rio de Janeiro, the Brazilian Grand Prix. That'll be okay, actually, I won't mind, really. But Brazil's actually... it's been a mixed bag for me on this game. It's been fun at times when we've gone aggressive and it's worked out, but at the same time, it can catch me out sometimes in terms of the tyre temp shooting up quite quickly. But I don't think we should have... I think we'll have less of an issue than we have at previous seasons because the Ferrari's been so good and Vettel's been so good. But here we go then. First time I have to actually look at this screen then for sponsor select. So, actually, that wasn't actually the full story. So we're still going to get 3.6 million per race, either way. And this just means we get an extra 5k on top of that for finishing 17th or above, which is always going to happen, I feel like, in the team, like I said. So after bonuses, we'll get 4.1. So that's actually been mega. We're going to get even more money per race then. So that's brilliant. Tyre selection. Tyre wears medium, apparently. Like I said, though, I do remember it being an issue sometimes. So we'll go with 7 Ultras. Obviously, I think we'll go conservative again with Vettel. That's always been the case. He's so good at it. With Leclerc, though, I don't know. You guys, yeah, I will admit that the aggressive strategy didn't really work out for us at USA, and you guys were quick to point out that I probably screwed Leclerc's strategy a bit too much by going so aggressive, but I didn't have any faith of him doing the conservative strategy either. Like, he was basically, I feel like he was just going to be crap at that Grand Prix either way, so it just didn't work out, whereas Japan, it did work out for him, so yeah, it's kind of half and half there. So in terms of tyres for him, I'll take 4 super softs just in case. We might need to use them, I don't know, but I think it's going to be another difficult one if he's not on pace with Vettel. Like, if he's as off pace as he was at USA, then it will just be a struggle. But anyway, fit parts are kind of all fine. It's going to be apparently all dry here in these indicators, but we'll see about that. 35% chance of rain. Let's see if it hits at all. Right, sending out Vettel then. This is actually a setup I have saved from previous career with Vettel, so once again, I'm hoping that having the same AI in a different car maybe will help him lock in that setup as quick as we can. It is going to be all dry right now, even though once again the track looked a little bit wet there as we went through turn 1. Don't know what that is, but yeah, it looks all fine right now. Track keeps going up and up and up. You can see up until 12 minutes to go, so looks like it might be dry practice. Could mean that in quali in the race, maybe some interesting rain periods could maybe, just throw a span in the works in terms of no one having that knowledge. But let's see how these guys are doing in terms of the setup as we bring them both in after one lap just to check this and hoping that it's an easier time. We've not had to do too much fiddling in the last few episodes, I feel, for setups. And look at that. That's brilliant for Vettel, at least. We've got 1 excellent, 2 great. So little fine-tuning with Vettel. We could be already on 2 excellents and 1 great within the first setup change. 97%. That's already so high that I feel like I almost don't want to even tweak it at all. What's Leclerc saying? Because he's got excellent on the speed balance and Vettel does not. So let's see the difference there for him. Where does he think he needs to go with it? He's on the edge of top-end speed, so I'm going to go with Vettel. If I just tweak his and go 1 click upwards, that might be enough for him. So I'm going to go for 8 laps. Full stint on the soft tyres, try and get that tyre wear knowledge. In terms of then Leclerc's handling, I would say let's go towards oversteer. He's got the most to go for, basically, in that direction. Downforce, maybe a little bit more, potentially, and then keep it where we were on the speed balance. Let's see how that works out for him. Hopefully that's in the right direction. I will obviously know, knowing me, probably the right direction's over there, right on the edge of the window. But hey ho, we move on. So we'll send them both out and let them finish their stint basically to get level 3. Then we'll check this setup in between when we switch to the ultra soft tyres and the quality. I feel like we haven't used the ultras actually in a long while. The purple wall tyre, we haven't had that for a good 5-6 episodes. I think the last time we might have used it was South Africa, I think. I'm pretty sure. If I might be remembering incorrectly there. I said this last time. My short-term memory's horrendous when it comes to this game and what we've done. But I feel like last time we had it was South Africa. Right, level 3 game. We're going to bring them in. A pretty decent timing, actually, as they're right on the end of the lap here in Sector 3. So Vettel comes in. Let's quickly check what his setup's going to be. Will it be that 2... Ooh, no. We went the wrong way with him. We went the wrong way. It was not to be. So actually, let's revert to the previous setup we had. That's still 95 to be fair, but we'll go back and then we'll go the other way. So my bad then. So we'll go to the edge of there. That's surely got to be it then. Quali trim, 3 laps. Ultras go. Leclerc then, I kind of had a bad feeling I probably went the complete wrong way with him then on the handling front. Let's see how it goes as he comes in. And it's 3 greats, which is Slightly worse and slightly better in some aspects. 94% overall to better setup, but we've lost the excellent speed balance for literally the tiniest tweak in the known. Look at that. That's literally probably the difference there. 2 clicks to the left, and that was the difference there. So that's great, but at least that got improved to great. So that was great. So maybe a little bit more. Like, something like that could be it, hopefully. And I'm going to tweak this one more click there, just to try and get that excellent back. And I think that might be excellent. And then, oh, no, wait, I just reverted it. God damn it. Right, wait, try that again. So go that way. One more click like that. And then something like that is going to be the one. That's great. That's excellent. And then I'm going to go a little bit higher on the downforce, just a tad, and see how that works out for him. Right, quali. 3 laps, go, and hopefully that'll be the end of that pretty much, and we can mosey on towards qualifying, really. Alright, so qualifying time, in the end, in terms of the car setups, we end up with both of them with 1 excellent and 2 greats. We couldn't, I just tried to finesse Vettel's setup, didn't in the end. We basically ended up with what we already had, 97%, so that was great. With Leclerc, we actually went backwards on the setup and then found a breakthrough to 96%. That's the best I could get with him in the end, so not a perfect day in the office in terms of Friday practice, but we're near enough there. So we'll take in Ultras and Quali. Doesn't look like there will be any rain, at least in this first part of qualifying. Then you can see, though, Vettel in fine form at the moment, 4.5 stars. That might become 5 after qualifying is done. Leclerc, though, just under 4. Hopefully he can kind of bounce back from what was a pretty horrific qualifying day at the USA Grand Prix, especially in Q3. Obviously, Q1 and Q2, I don't expect there to be much of an issue because I'll send them out on the middle super soft tyre. They should comfortably get through, but I need Leclerc to step this up then and try and find some speed once more in that last part of qualifying. I might even send him out on some extra laps there in Q1 just to get some practice in, basically, on some fast runs, basically, because they always do say on the team radio that if you send me out again, I can go faster. So potentially, with the way the mod is, potentially they could get faster. I kept on sending them out there, so I don't know, I might make Leclerc do 2 runs here in Q1 and 2 in Q2 just so he gets the practice up, because I need him to be strong and well, because there is half a chance, maybe, I don't know, that we could steal the constructors this episode, maybe. Or we'll have to do the mental maths in the race, maybe, or after the race, actually. We'll see about that. I'm not gonna talk anything up right now. We'll just do the race, you know, take it race by race, as they say, as a lot of F1 drivers say when they're in a championship fight, and then we'll worry about the standings and the maths afterwards, basically. But they come in then, pretty decent lap time for Vettel. Leclerc a long way off again. What is up with him? 1.1 seconds off. I'm sending you out again, man. You need the practice. What's going on here? I'm going to send you out another set of super soft tires, some worn ones, just so you can get the lap in. But what on earth's going on with Leclerc? Like, he's just it's the pressure of like knowing that I'm scouting other drivers, just making him crumble mentally. Like, it almost is literally. So ever since we started scouting like Verstappen, Ricciardo, and the others, he's just really not performed that much. Like, he had that one good race when I first mentioned looking at a new driver, which was Japan, and then he's just not been there yet from then on. Right, so qualifying's going to be over there. Leclerc sets a better time, not that much better, up into P9 then, but he's still 1 second off the pace from Sebastian Vettel, obviously on worn super softs. That he's going to make it through into Q2, but he needs to really step it up, man. Like really, if he's that off the pace when we both move to ultras, my God, I am going to be dropping him in a heartbeat. I will very much not even be considering him anymore for next season. What on earth is going on with Leclerc? All right, Q2 time. It doesn't look like there's any rain again, just a little bit of cloud and sun, so we're all good. We're going to send them out on the ultras early. I will leave Leclerc I'll send Leclerc out a little later in this session. I want him to be able to have a confidence-boosting lap here, so we'll wait for track grip to go up a little bit more and then send him out on that lap, then hopefully also avoid some traffic, so we'll see about that. Vettel will be the first guy that sets a time in this entire session by the looks of it there. And in terms of traffic, there's a lot here. I'm going to send them out probably as they start to come in, probably, so that'll be Vettel on the next one. So Vettel with a 1:29.7. That's pretty decent. Right, track grip's pretty much at the maximum now, and they're all going to start being on the in-lap. So I'm going to send Leclerc out now on ultras. Go, go, go. But at the moment, Vettel tops the session then. 1:10 faster than Bottas. Comfortably 3 seconds faster than Hamilton there. So Vettel looking good. Right, Leclerc, here we go then, mate. You've got a little bit of traffic, but I think those guys should be coming in. I think they're on that in-laps, whereas we're on the out-lap, of course. So here we go then. Overheated and good. So a horrendous out-lap, really, for Leclerc to get prepared. But there we go. Clean air ahead of him. One car there into turn 1, but apart from that, pretty clean track. So let's see what you can do. Starting the flying lap, gets past that car easily. Good stuff. Right, green first sector, only 300s off Vettel, so that's a lot better then. Go through second sector, 1:10 faster. apparently. Let's see. That's not purple, though, but that might mean someone else. That's not Vettel. Purple, second sector. Across the line, and that's a lot better now. 3/10 off just about. Faster than Hamilton. Slower than Bottas, though. Bottas actually being a lot faster than Hamilton in this last part of the season, actually. Maybe Hamilton's kind of switched off now that he's lost the Drivers' Championship, but that's a lot better now from Leclerc. 1 in 3. Hopefully maybe push that a little bit harder in Q3, make it a 1-2, and then we'll be really set up for a great race here at Brazil to try and clinch this Constructors title, but that's much better. All right, Q3 time. This is where the boys need to show up here and once again do the job. I'm pretty confident in Vettel. It's just about if Leclerc can try and match him there, but we'll both send them out. On the Ultras, we're going to just do it in, well, I'll leave a little bit of a space for Leclerc right there, then send them out. We're obviously locked in on that Ultra set of tyre, but track grip's at the maximum, or will get to maximum by the time they go through this outlap then, pretty much, as they start the lap. We look at the mini-map on the top right, there we go. Vettel around the final bend, that is, and the track grip is just about reaching maximum, so pretty peachy timing there, and there's no rain in this session, so if there is going to be rain, that 35% chance of rain, it will come in the race, but not here on Saturday. But let's see how these sector times then come out. Who's got the purple right now? Vettel, purple, first sector. Leclerc can't go purple. Green, though. Let's see, though. Keep an eye on the Mercs as well. They're on the outlap, so Merc have been doing this quite a lot. They go out a lot later than we do, I've noticed there, but Vettel, 2 purples, then of course he's the first guy on track that's going to set a lap time, I think, here, but let's just see what kind of marker he lays down across the line. 1:29.7 there for Sebastian Vettel. Leclerc, what's it going to be? He's about 5/10 off there. That's not what we need. Verstappen 1.5 tenths off. Verstappen again looking strong in that Red Bull there. Let's see if Gasly can do a good lap time as well. Both Red Bulls were very strong in the qualifying of the USA Grand Prix last time out. But Leclerc's definitely have to pick up pace. And there you can see Gasly, the Red Bull car, it may not be there in race pace, but in qualifying, that Red Bull is very, very handy, it would seem, and then this season there. Gasly only 2/10 off, and I'm pretty sure Hamilton and Bottas will both beat Leclerc. I just know, I can just tell. Hamilton there, yep, 2/10 off. What's Bottas going to be? Where's he? He's still, yeah, there we go. Nearly 3/10 off, but faster than Leclerc. Again, he's P6. What is this, mate? Like, you need to rock up. Do you want this job next year or not? Right, I'm going to wait. I'm going to send Vettel out now for another banker lap just to kind of obviously try and book in this pole position we've got right now. We're on provisional pole, but you never know. Verstappen could speed up quite a fair bit. I'm going to leave Leclerc. I'm going to try and find some space if we can. There is, I think, you know, to be honest now, that might be some space right there. Go, 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 go. Now. Yeah, that's a decent, there. That's a lot of clean air there. Look at the minimap. He's literally all alone. So hopefully he just has this clean lap. Track grips in the max. Needs to buck up. He needs to at least find 3/10 to go P3, and not even get on the front row. I don't even expect him to get front row. Just get second row there and pip Hamilton and get alongside Gasly or beat Gasly. You know, right. Vettel starts his flyer. Let's see how he does. Will it be faster? Yes, it will. Nearly 2/10 faster in that first sector there for Sebastian Vettel. That's good. Right, Leclerc starts his flyer, and he has got no traffic whatsoever around him. Vettel's gone purple again, second sector, so he's improving a lot, despite having a car right ahead of him on the Racing Point car. Let's see, across the line, gets a bit of a tow maybe. Across the line, he goes 4/10 faster. 3/10 faster in total, I think that was better. 1:29.3. It's a blistering lap time from Sebastian Vettel. But Verstappen now goes purple. That Red Bull car's got some real great quali pace there. So let's watch out for that. Where is Leclerc, though? Where is he? He's 2 greens. He's 8.5 tenths off Sebastian Vettel in the same car. Near enough. Obviously, Vettel does have a few better parts, but I'd expect him to do better, at least get around where Gasly is. 5 tenths off the pace, maybe. Across the line. No, he's not. He's still 8.3 tenths off the pace. Absolute shambles. Absolute shambles. With the car he's got versus Vettel, I would expect a minimum to be where Gasly is 5/10 off. But no, instead, he's 8/10 off. And oh my God! Max Verstappen with a blistering lap time. What a lap from him. He goes and snatches pole position at the last minute away from us and Sebastian Vettel there. But look at that. Vettel and Verstappen in a class of their own. Vettel and Verstappen are a good 4/10 faster, 5/10 faster than the next best car, Hamilton. If that is not a good advertisement to sign Verstappen for next season to Ferrari, I don't know what is. This man has done a madness in that Red Bull. He's 5/10 faster than his teammate as well. That just might seal it, guys. That might have just convinced me that we need to be getting Verstappen for next year. Can you imagine Verstappen in the Ferrari and Vettel and me having to manage both these drivers, Verstappen and Vettel, going head-to-head in the same car? I don't think I could manage that job, but that's why it'd be a very exciting series, I think, for Season 2. Wow, what a lap from Max. That's great. Right, race day then. It doesn't look like there's going to be any rain, actually, in this Grand Prix, so I think conservative strategy for Vettel will be the way to go. Of course, Verstappen's there with some decent pace, but we'll see, hopefully, in the USA Grand Prix, at least, the Ferrari had better race pace, even though Red Bull were looking pretty good in quali mode. So I think we should be hopefully good to, really take the fight to Verstappen and try and get the win back off him. With Leclerc, 6th place. Again, it's going to be a tough Grand Prix. We'll go conservative with him somewhat and try and follow the same strategy, but I just don't know how it's going to work out for him. His tyres will only go 9 laps, apparently. How long will Vettel's go? 11 to 13 there, so we'll see about that. But, yeah, I don't have too much hope for him. For Vettel, though, I do. And this might be a tasty Grand Prix, actually, though, if Verstappen carries that pace over into the race. But I have a feeling, like last race, eventually we'll have the better race car. And Vettel, if he can get into the lead early on here in the first 5 laps, he can then just try and stretch those legs and push away. But here we go, then, to 5 red lights to the Brazilian Grand Prix. Second last race of the season. 5 red lights are out, and we're underway. It's a very slow start for both Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel. Hamilton leads the Grand Prix. Vettel down to P5, Leclerc down to P6. The two Ferraris side by side now, and Leclerc, ironically, overtakes Vettel, and Vettel's down to P8 in the race. Literally, just bigging up Vettel so much there and pounding on Leclerc. He's actually ahead of Vettel now. He's up into P4. Gasly now leads the Grand Prix. He's overtaken Hamilton. Kvyat is in P3 in the Toro Rosso. These races are always bonkers on that one. Vettel gets back up into P4, though. He's re-overtaking Leclerc. He's in P4. Leclerc's P5. Verstappen, after doing such a great job in quali to get pole, he's down to P9. I don't know what it is with the mod or whatever. I don't know what's making it happen, but the starts and the randomness is just crazy. It does make exciting racing on lap number 1, but it is kind of a bit crazy. But anyway, nevertheless, Gasly leads the way. Vettel now is up into P2, as you can probably see there on the screen whilst I was talking about all that madness. No, sorry, Leclerc's in P2. Sorry, Leclerc's P2, Vettel's P3, Hamilton's down to P4, Kvyat's P5, and Verstappen is still down in P9. But now, look at that, both our Ferrari cars chasing after Gasly. Leclerc nearly tried a little dive down the inside, didn't quite work out. Going to go neutral for Vettel and just try and calm this down a little bit on the fuel and the pushing. Same for Leclerc, need to go conserve there, but he gets the job done as we overtake him. But Gasly will come back at him there because they are not conserving their tyres. We are. Leclerc gets held up a little bit in that last sector. Hamilton gets the better of Vettel there. They're side by side, and Hamilton gets Vettel down the inside there. There's a crash for George Russell behind, but no safety car will be called out or anything like that. But right now to checkerboard then, Leclerc P2, Vettel P4. And because we're conserving the tyres now, I don't really have the chance to keep the pressure on, basically. So right now, for now, Gasly's been let off there with the fighting that Hamilton's doing with Leclerc. And Gasly's 1.5 ahead of Leclerc. And Leclerc's just been overtaken. Hamilton's now P2. So right now, this is actually turning out to be a tough race for some reason. We don't actually have pace right now. Obviously, I'm going conservative quite early, but right now, everyone's looking quite fast, actually. Right, so the soft tyres will go for about 20 to 22 laps there. So with Vettel, especially, if I can stretch this tyre stint to about lap 10 or 11, we could just pull off a one-stop here and basically jump everyone. It won't matter about this lack of pace, and the conserve strategy that we're doing right now will come back to pay us in dividends. Leclerc will not make that. He literally has 4 more laps to go, probably less than that if we're being real. So I think he's going to have to do a 2-stop. So I'm tempted to push a little bit harder with him in the next lap or so and try and come in early for an undercut. I mean, Vettel's closing up to him, so I think we'll go for it. Yeah, you can see there, Vettel's closing up to him, even though he's on conserve. So I'll push now with Leclerc and try and come in on the next lap, on lap number 7 then, for this pit stop. So we gain 1 second there with this pushing. 2 seconds there gain, actually. Mega amount of time there gain with Leclerc. The tyres now start to wear out a little bit. 4 tenths gain, 2 tenths gain. So the tyres starting to go off. We're going to come in now. We'll go on to a set of soft tyres, but I know I'll probably have to pit again with Leclerc, but we'll come in for this early undercut on the soft tyres. Vettel will continue on now and push on for a little bit longer. He's on 39% tyre wear, so looking still good. Gasly comes in on the same lap as us there. He's onto a set of soft tyres as well. We don't have a mistake in the pit stop, so that was okay. Fast pit stop there for Leclerc. We'll now go pushing and medium and try and save some fuel. But we are how many seconds behind Gasly? We're 4 seconds back. So that's not too bad, actually. We're getting quite a bit there on the in-lap there, I think, with Leclerc. Right, Vettel, what are we saying here? lap number 8. I reckon we can comfortably get to lap number 10, I think. We just keep going like this, keep conserving the tyres. We should be fine for it. Got warm tyres now for Vettel. Looks like Hamilton might be trying the same strategy as us and stretching these tyres. So I'm going to go overtake mode, try and push the fuel, but keep the tyre wear level. No, Hamilton goes onto ultras. So I say we go one more lap if we can help it at all. And then come in, maybe. We gained 2 tenths there. No, I'm going to push in now. Pit in on that last sector. Soft tyre, pit strategy, fast. Right, let me just quickly check. That's 20. Okay, we literally need to stretch this to the max on this set of tyres. So we're going to have to go mega concerned with Vettel. But that's the plan. That's the hope I have. So here we go. Come in. We're on a fast pit stop, I believe. I think we set him. Hopefully no mistake. Good stuff there, Ferrari pit crew. And we are in P4. We'll go conserve straight off the bat. Go medium, try and save some fuel. And we go the long game. And we are only 1 second, 1.3 off Gasly there. So that's good. Hamilton's jumped Gasly then in all of that. So watch out. Actually, he's jumped him massively. Hamilton's got some mega pace there. What? He's 7 seconds ahead of the next car. And Gasly's right there with him, with Sainz. So Hamilton's looking very quick, actually. So hold on. Hamilton might have a very good chance of winning this, even if I do pull off the one stop. Because that's quite a lot of time he's gained there. A lot. I need to hope that when his ultras wear out, I can gain some time on my softs. As Albon crashes out of the Grand Prix. And there's a safety car now. Oh, what? There's literally no debris anyway. Oh, okay. Vettel's annoyed by that safety car call. That's probably good for us. We can now conserve these tyres. Especially Leclerc's. Oh, I didn't even notice Leclerc. I was pushing him the entire time. So he desperately needs this safety car to try and cool down his tyres. So we can save some fuel, save some tyre wear. But because of that, Bottas, I think, just made a pit stop under the safety car. And he's come out and jumped Leclerc. So that's a bit of a shame for us. But we're 1 in 3. We're 3 in 5, sorry. But we're going to bunch up here, so we could have a chance of jumping Gasly then and being the lead driver on the soft tyres. And look at the tyre wear difference. That's pretty crazy as well. Right, safety car's going to come in, so I'm going to go on attack and high fuel. Well, actually, we'll go overtake mode, actually, on the as soon as it literally goes green. I'm going to do the same thing with Leclerc. As soon as I see it go to green, I'm going to pause the game. Anytime now. Come on. When's it going to come? When's the green light coming? There we go. Overtake mode. And overtake attack mode. Go. Let's see how this goes then for Vettel. Can we make the move to the inside of Gasly? Here he goes into turn 1. Gets second place and can try and chase after Hamilton. Bottas does the same though to Gasly. So Gasly's struggling on the soft tyres maybe compared to Bottas on the ultras. And Bottas might just come and overtake Vettel, to be fair, because he's on the obviously 2 compound softer tyres. But let's see if Leclerc now can get Gasly. Come on, he's got a lot of tyre heating left to do. And he's got him. He's up into P4. Let's go neutral now. Just watch out for that. Actually, we'll go high in pushing because I remember I'm going to make an extra pit stop with Leclerc, actually, so I don't need to conserve too much with him. We'll go neutral, though, for Vettel and go with high on fuel because we just want to measure this. I just need to keep up with Hamilton. Don't need to overtake him. I just need to keep up with Hamilton within about 3 seconds or so like that. Right, Hamilton's pushing very hard. 2.5. Hamilton's got some great pace on those ultras. I said 3 seconds. He's already gained that. It's going to be close, I think. Hamilton's got a very good chance of actually getting this win here. For some reason, Merc are looking very, very decent here with race pace. Very much unlike they did at USA. Obviously, Hamilton crashed out the USA Grand Prix, so he needs to make up for himself and for the team, really, with a good race here. And he's looking very good on the pace there. I can't keep up with him. I need to conserve these tyres, and I just can't keep up with him, really. So I think he might be a lost cause, potentially. We'll see about that. Leclerc will go neutral and high. Keep up the pressure on Bottas, but knowing we have to come in with him. Right, Raikkonen is retiring on a massive engine fail in lap 20. We've got 12 laps to go in this Grand Prix. The gap is 6.1 from Hamilton to Vettel. Bottas in P3. His tyres are really going off now, and he's got a mechanical issue of some kind as well. Does Hamilton have anything? No, he does not. So Leclerc, he's 3 seconds off. He's got almost the same kind of tyre wear as Bottas, which is kind of really nerve-wracking in terms of he's on the soft compound. So that's just how tragic he's been in terms of keeping his tyres. I don't know how this is going to play out with Leclerc, because I need to basically go to lap 20. Honestly, probably lap 24 to really make sure you can actually go into a set of ultras and kind of survive the race on those ultras. I guess Merc must be doing a 2-stop on all ultras. They must be. Surely that's what they're doing here. But I think we should just about be good. Let's start pushing now a little bit with Vettel and try and close up this 6.2 gap, shall we? All right, Leclerc's up into P3 as Bottas just made his pit stop. Massa has just crashed with 11 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Leclerc now is up into P3, but we now got to push him. He's got to come in now pretty much soon. So let's come in. Do we keep going for one more lap or no? No, we'll come in. We'll come in. I'll go for a set of ultras. Yeah, 13 to 15. That should comfortably hopefully be through. Right, Leclerc made that extra pit stop. Come in. Fast pit stop, mate. All good. Yep, no mistake. All good. Out in P7. He is 3 seconds back from Bottas. Right, you know what to do, mate. You've got some pushing to do. You don't have too much fuel, though, but you've got some pushing to do. Let's try and catch Bottas then. And hopefully we'll jump Hulkenberg, Sainz. And Hulkenberg just retired as I spoke his name. He just retired then. A lot of reliability issues at the end of the season there. So all we've got to do is jump Sainz and Gasly then. Gasly's surely coming with that tyre wear, I would say. 22%, yeah. Hamilton's going to come in this lap. So let's start pushing now with Vettel on the engine side of things. We're going to be up into P1. But now, what's the gap going to be to Hamilton? That'll be the crucial question there. It is 11 seconds, or just about 12 seconds. That's, with the pace Hamilton showed earlier, he can definitely close that up. So we've got a very tough defensive job on our hands to get Vettel this win. But if anyone can do it, it's going to be Vettel right now, with the form he's been on this season. Leclerc's up into P5 now. He'll surely get P4 with Gasly pitting eventually. And he's 1 second off Bottas. So he's looking good to catch him. Just need to conserve the tyres a little bit. Make sure we don't run them into the ground. But the pace is there. It's looking good. Right, we've got worn tyres for Vettel. Verstappen has just retired with a mechanical issue there. That's a bad one for him. So that might just motivate him to leave the Red Bull team. Issues there. Got pole and retires out this Grand Prix. Leclerc's P4. He's now 2 seconds off Bottas there. And that's because we're conserving. So we've kind of lost 1 second. But I'll be hoping to push to try and catch him. Hamilton's 8.6 behind us. And Vettel just got the message for worn tyres. We've got, how many laps left? 6 laps. I don't know if he can do that, to be honest. What's the pit stop time? If we pit onto ultras, honestly, what is the pit stop time? Is it, we'll estimate the pit stop position 2. We'll be close enough to attack Lewis. No, he was 6 seconds ahead of us, and then he was 11 seconds back, so that's 15 seconds. There's no way we can gain 15 by just pushing now on these softs. So no, we're gonna have to just go for broke and go right to the end here, mate. We're going to have to really try our hardest here to go to the end here. Right, sit rep now, lap 31. 2 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Vettel's on 12%. We've got 4.7 seconds. We've got a lot of fuel to burn on the last lap that I can use to help us out. But that tyre wear is going. We need to go backup mode almost. Even if the tyres go cold, we're going to have to really conserve and just go right to the end. 4.4 the gap. Same for Leclerc. We're on a little bit of high tyre wear there. But now I feel like we should just go for it. One last lap to go. Go for it then. Last lap of the Grand Prix. Overheated tyres for Leclerc. Cold tyres for Vettel. As we go on towards the last lap, they're 9% tyre wear. This is going to be so fine for Sebastian Vettel. 3.9 the gap. We'll go overtake mode for the entire last lap of the Grand Prix. Use the engine power to try and push us on through these straights and then hope in the corners we don't lose too much time. Leclerc, can he get Bottas? Let's see. He's going to be right there into turn 1. Round the outside he goes into turn 2. Come on, get it down the inside. Yes, he is going to get that. He's up into P3. He's got worn tyres, but he should get that done. But look at this then. Vettel, very worn tyres, 6%. But the fuel, we've got so much fuel to burn, but it's not helping him out in the corners in the last sector. This is a nightmare. Hamilton comes through. We risked it all for the race win to try and maybe seal the constructors. I don't know if he'll do it here. Hamilton comes through and he gets it down the inside. It wasn't meant to be. We went too much gambling on the tyre strategy. We tried our best, but Hamilton gets that. 5% tyre wear at the end. He's done a stellar job, to be fair, Vettel. He's done a stellar job to try that. In the end, though, Hamilton wins the Grand Prix. Vettel gets second place. Leclerc will finish in P3 and get Bottas. Bottas almost on the line. Caught him. Jesus. Leclerc only managed to get P3 by 0.1. As at the last minute, Bottas surged through there. But we get the 2-3 then. Is that enough to clinch the Constructors' title? I don't know. We'll have to find out in the Constructors' standings. But we tried our best. 4% tyre wear. We tried the gamble. Didn't pay off. Wasn't our day today. But I think Vettel did a very decent effort, to be fair to him. Top work. 2.8 seconds off Hamilton. It was worth the gamble, I think. Right, so Hamilton got the fast lap of the Grand Prix, so he gets 27 points there. Bottas, P4 with 12 points. So here we go then, 2-3. Obviously, we know Vettel's already sealed it, 62 points ahead of Hamilton there. The Constructors, 31 points there. That's not enough, I don't think, because obviously if Merc got 27 and 18, that's 45 points. We could get a double DNF, so we don't clinch the Constructors title. It will go down right to the last race then, which I'm kind of happy about. It goes down to the finale. It goes down to the finale. That's it then. Next race. It's all or nothing. One last final race. Obviously, we're in a very good position. I don't expect us to have a double DNF, but you just never know. You never know. And there we go. We get 3.7 million in the bank there. It's not 4.1 for some reason, even though we got the... I'm pretty sure we got the objective there, so don't know what that actually is all about. Either way, we've got a decent amount of money, though, coming through then. And like I said, we now go down to the final race. Next episode, guys, the finale of the season. Can we get the Constructors' Championship for Ferrari here in 2019? Find out next time. If you guys did enjoy this video, then be sure to hit that like button. Let me know your thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, subscribe for weekly, full-on content. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoyed today. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.